Hi, my name is TJ Guetta. I'm the OA stamping team leader for maintenance. My safety commitment is I always make sure I lock out properly by confirming a no master on. Our team name is the reinforcement. Jason Escora is our advisor. I am the lead. Isabel Sanchez is the recorder. And Brian Kenny is our OA team member. Our theme is Motorman Shortcuts. So last year, myself and my team members developed Motorman training for our maintenance team members on the floor. This training consisted of 4 modules. Each module was allotted 4 hours, that's 240 minutes to complete. But as we started to train the team members, there was a huge gap in skill among our team members, and that was showing time. We had a 106-minute gap. 59% of our team members were able to complete the training in 134 minutes, just over 2 hours, while the other 41% took the entire 240 minutes to complete. A gap of 106 minutes. But not only did it leave a training gap, we could clearly see the team members struggle in understanding what the Motorman Teach Pendant is in the training cell. So we wanted to break down the problem. After training was given to all our maintenance team members, we evaluated their performance by the written and hands-on exams that were conducted in the training cell. Based off of those exams, we found that 41% of our team members needed help navigating the Teach Pendant and executing commands. Throughout each module, these team members struggled in executing simple output commands that they do every day on the production line. There's over 4,000 outputs that a maintenance team member can toggle on and off, and over 500 pages in that Teach Pendant that they can navigate through. So we wanted to set a goal. We not only do we want to decrease our training time it took to train those team members, but we wanted to be able to skill them up. And not only skill them up, but help them understand the Teach Pendant better. Anything we can do to make it easier for them. So to analyze the root cause, I'm going to turn it over to Isabel Sanchez.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Isabel Sanchez. My safety commitment is that I will ensure my team members' safety by identifying potential energy prior to performing work. To analyze the root cause, we use the 5 why method. We began by repeatedly customizing the Motorman training for our team members to meet individual needs. Why? Because there was a skill gap amongst the team members. Why? Because 41% of them needed help navigating the Teach Pendant and executing commands. Why? Well, our team members use the same method, same robot, same materials to train those team members, yet we still had 41% of them needing help navigating the Teach Pendant and executing those commands. So what Teach Pendant execution commands do we use during training? We use executing output commands for vacuum on off, clamp and unclamp, and ATC lock and unlock. And out of those, which is the most common use and how long does it take to navigate to the screen? So we did a time study during a robot recovery on the line. And we have our OA team leader performing that task in 9 seconds. An experienced team member performed it in 55 seconds. And a team member who ultimately called the team leader for help performed that task in 2 minutes and 39 seconds. That's 159 seconds to complete that task. So now we have a gap between our team leader and that team member on the line of 150 seconds to complete that task during downtime. So how many times during Motorman training do we access these pages? We access them 40 times during training, and that's a total of 106 minutes, which is our gap amongst the team members to complete those modules. So why does a team member need help from the team leader to execute these commands? So we concluded that it's brain fog, causing the team members to navigate the pendants by opening the pages by trial and error. So why is that? We came up with some possible factors. Factor number 1 is the team member not trained. We recently had some new hires, some of them being AMTs. Factor number 2 is the frequency of Teach Pendant use. The technician may not use that Teach Pendant frequently enough to remember that procedure. Factor number 3 is too many screens to navigate. As TJ mentioned, there's 512 screens to navigate to these execute commands just in the output menu alone. And factor number 4 is production downtime pressure. So the team member may be rushed to complete that task and he may forget how to perform that procedure. So what can the OA team do to remedy these factors? So we came up with some countermeasures. And as you can see, factor number 3 of too many screens to navigate is our highest hitter. So the countermeasure for that is to create an IF panel that's an interface panel in our teach pendant with the most common execution commands. So to see our countermeasures through, our team leader researched the teach pendant IF feasibility and created the IF panel on our motorman training robot with no help from an outside source. Brian and myself tested the panel and analyzed the results. We Yoko tended to our two-way line on the loading robots, left and right, where we trained the rest of our team members on this new feature. So as you can see here, this is a picture of our teach pendant. You press one button, the IF button, and it opens up a screen with the 3 most common commands that we use on the line for recovery and in our training cell. And that's for vacuum on off, clamp and unclamp, and ATC lock and unlock. So we evaluated our results and processes. So before the IF panel, we had 41% of our team members needing help to execute these commands and navigate the pendant. And we also found that we have an 150-second gap between the team leader on the line and that team member to perform this task. After the IF panel, we now have 100% of our team members being able to navigate to that pendant. And not only did we meet our team leader's time, but we surpassed it by 8 seconds, with everyone being able to arrive to that screen in 1 second. So now the IF panel has given us the ability for all team members to complete the modules in 134 minutes, closing that gap of 106 minutes. And I'd like to turn it over to Brian for our successful processes.
Hello, my name is Brian. Safety commitment is to ensure that my team members follow proper procedures for control of hazardous energy. So now what I'd like to do is go through a video demonstration of a comparison of what it was like before and after the implementation of the IF panel. So skilled team leader command execution process before and after IF panel with vacuum good confirmation. So here on the left side, I'd like to point out that this is a perfect scenario. This team member is going directly to the screens that they need to access in order to turn vacuum on. This never happens out on the line. A lot of times they're under pressure, they go to the wrong screen, they're not sure exactly where they need to go, they get lost. So bear in mind, this is a perfect example, which never happens. Over here on the right side, we're showing after the implementation of the IF panel, we just push one button, one more button, we have vacuum on, we have vacuum good. So the IF panel reduced the amount of navigation pages to 1 page. The IF panel gives accessibility to the most common commands by pressing one button. The positive feedback from our skilled team members. Vacuum good confirmation lamp is great. You don't have to walk around and look at the robot's vacuum switch display. Scrolling page by page was frustrating. If you overlooked an output, you'd have to start all over again. It's much quicker to execute commands when teaching the robot. Thank you for doing this screen. We need it on all the motomans. So what we've done is we've boosted confidence and morale, which equals better productivity. So in summary, we've done an internal Yokotan on this, and we put it out on both of our A-class lines, 4 of our loading robots, and we plan to go ahead and implement this on all of our motorman robots in the press shop by winter shutdown. For our external Yokotan, we've created a work instruction sheet that shows the implementation of the IF panel and how to add execution commands. We've also taken that and uploaded it to the BPACs so that we can share this information with other NAMCs. So in summary, during this QCC, we brought to light that we had a gap in team members. Those who struggled here in training also were the ones that are struggling out on the lines. And so the implementation of this IF panel, basically the use of this shortcut, enabled us to bridge this gap between them. So my personal reflection is that this was a really great opportunity for us to go ahead and help our team members become better out on the lines, quicker with their recovery times, and also bring about the confidence of our production team members in our skilled team members and reduce their recovery times. Thank you.
This QCC team was important to me because during training, I saw my coworkers struggle. They showed frustration and embarrassment for not being able to perform to expectations. I wanted this training to be more productive for them and less intimidating for them so that they can be more successful out on the line. What was most rewarding for me was actually receiving the immense positive feedback we received. It has been truly very overwhelming. Thank you.
So for myself, this was kind of 2 years in the making. I had been working on this project on and off, but without getting too technical, we use a universal teach pendant for the Motorman here. It's not the original pendant from Motorman, the manufacturer. So that in itself, we were very limited on support, and I hit a lot of roadblocks down the way. So in 2 years, it was I was going in and out, running in, researching logic, looking at manuals, trying to find a way to get this to work. Ultimately, it got put on the back burner until I started training the team members in the training cell. When I started training the team members in the training cell, I can clearly see their frustration, and I knew this was exactly what I was working on. I had to find a way to make this work. So I brought it up to my team members, I told them what was going on, and we decided, hey, let's do a QCC about it, maybe we can get it done. But not only did we get it done, now the foundation has been laid to empower the team members to do their own Kaizen. This feature was not enabled before. Before you would press the button, nothing would happen. Now with our WIS, the team member can take it and they can make their own Kaizens. We only did 3 outputs. There's over 4,000 a team member can do. And not only outputs, they can do lamps, they can do indicators, anything they can do to make their job easier. The infrastructure is now there. So this concludes the QCC. If you have any questions.